Today, we're getting together our Khalua no-bake rum balls. These rum balls are some of the easiest cookies or little desserts that you'll ever want to make for your holiday parties. So let's get over on the counter and get these rum balls together, so we'll be putting them on the holiday table in no time. Let's go. Meet you on the counter. Okay, we're gonna start the process for these rum balls by grounding up some vanilla wafer cookies in the little processor here. And I only put about a cup or so cookies in here at a time, because even though I'm grounding them up, I don't want them to be just too fine, but I need to get them smaller than this. So we're going to do this process until we have 2 cups of ground up vanilla wafer cookies. Okay, so I've added a few more to there, so this is kind of the consistency that we want them. They're ground, but it's a few chunks in there too, as you can see, sort of like that. Okay, so we're going to measure this to make sure that we have 2 cups of grounds in here before we proceed with the ingredients. Okay, so we've got our cookies here. And this here it came out to be just a little bit more than 2 cups, but it took almost a full box of vanilla wafer cookies. So just kind of gauge it there, almost a whole box of them until you get 2 cups. So now I need 1 cup of nuts. So I'm using pecans in mine, and I'm gonna put these in here. I'm gonna put a little bit more than a cup, but just kind of gauge. 2 cups of sugars, 1 cup of nuts, okay? So we're gonna put these in here and get these kind of pulsed around. We ground them up just a little bit here, okay? Now, what you wanna do, once you get your nuts out of the processor, kind of look at them, and if there are any of them that are in there, that are kind of big, go ahead and chop those up with your knife, because that's what I'm going through here looking at them. See, because that's a little big, and I don't want it that big in my my rum balls here. So I just kind of go through there and chop them up a little bit, all right? And then we're going to go ahead and get this in the mixture. And that's pretty much the chopping that needs to go on. And the rest of it is just kind of putting it together, okay? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get everything put together now. Now remember, this is 2 cups. Basically 2 cups of our cookie vanilla wafer cookie crumble. This here is a cup, a little bit more than a cup of pecans, okay? Now to this we're gonna add 1 cup of powdered sugar, okay? And it doesn't have to be sifted, just a cup there. Get that in there, kind of incorporate it a little bit there. And now I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of cocoa, chocolate cocoa. There's one thing about this cocoa. This stuff, I love it. It lasts forever. I think I've been having this more than a year in my pantry. Just keep it in a cool pantry, and it lasts. So that's a good thing, because I don't get to use it that often, mostly in the baking time. So now I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of just some corn syrup, some light corn syrup in there, and there's 2 tablespoons of that. Alrighty, that's 1 and 2. All right. These I generally, when we're having Christmas parties or something, after take something, these would definitely be one of the things that I generally always take. Now, anytime that I'm using cocoa, I like to always intensify the taste a little bit. So I add just a little bit of instant coffee to mine. So this is just some little instant coffee, and I'm gonna put a teaspoon of instant coffee in there. Bring the taste up a little bit, another level that you'll feel playing in the background. And then the final ingredient in there is, of course, the rum. And for the rum, I'm using this Khalua. And you know, Khalua is just rum and coffee liquor together there. So I'm gonna put a 1/3 cup of this Khalua in there. Or you can just use a little rum there. So you know, since this recipe is not being cooked, you know, the alcohol is not going to cook off. So this might not be something that you would want to serve to children. You know, it's a cookie, but this is what you call your adult cookie. Okay, so we're going to get this all mixed together. And I tell you, it's a sticky mixture, you know, it's sticky. But we're going to put a little something on our hand to kind of help us as we try to roll this out. But right now, it's going to get everything incorporated here. All right, and just take your time in getting it mixed together. And if you have to add just a wee bit more of that Khalua, do so, but make sure that you made an effort to get everything together, because this is not a soupy mixture at all, because it's a no-bake recipe, and so you have to just take your time with it, and it'll all work out. Oh, you can smell that liquor in there. It smells so good. It's a beautiful holiday dish to carry out there, you know? Just a beautiful dish. Tastes good. It won't get you inebriated, but the taste of it makes you happy. How about that? Yep. Okay. So you can see how it's looking, how it's crumbly, but it's sticky. It's very sticky. That Karo syrup gets it all going there, you know. And you can smell the little coffee in it just a little bit, so that might, you know, give you a little energy there. But not much energy, because this coffee I'm using is caffeinated. That's the coffee I drink in the evening. And I want a little coffee in me. So you can see, when I lift it up now, you can see there, it's already sticking together. See, I've already formed a little ball there. Okay, so let's get my pan together, and we're gonna go on and roll these out, guys. So now what I have here is 2 plates to put my powdered sugar in, because once you roll the rum balls in your hands there, you're gonna have to roll them into a powdered sugar mixture for the outside coating. So I'm gonna roll some of them, they're gonna be white, and then over here I'm gonna put just a little bit of this cocoa powder. I'm gonna put this is about, you know, just enough flour to roll. So this is about, I guess, a 1/4 cup of powder. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this cocoa in here, so it could be a different color. Like it's gonna come out like a beige color. So just so I can have a little contrast in the color when I have them on the plate. Okay. So now we're gonna get to rolling out our balls. Okay, so now when I get ready to start rolling, I like to spray just a little cooking spray in my hands to kind of keep the mixture from sticking so much, so that I can move a little bit easier with it here. So you decide how large or how small you want your balls to be. So I'm gonna take about that amount for mine, and basically whatever size you choose. There's a big piece of nut in there, so, and that's okay, the big nuts in there, because no one is actually going to see them. You'll know they're there, but that's that. So look, you're just going to roll it around like so. You see the ball, and then you're going to drop it over in the sugar, and you just roll it just a little bit, okay? And then you tap it a little bit, and there you go. So now I'm going to get another one together. And and I'm trying to keep them uniform, about the same size. Take a little bit off, or you can have the big rum balls. Either way you want, it's up to you. You roll a little bit, and I'm gonna come over here and roll it through this. Tap, tap a little bit, and set it to the side, okay? And we're just gonna continue to do this and put them on our pan until we have rolled them all out. We'll just continue going here. And we're just keeping the rolling going, and I'm just, again, just pressing them together and roll. If they seem a little crumbly, you just press and roll gently. And I just kind of pile them up in there a little bit. When I get enough of them in on each side, then I just go ahead and roll them around and then put them on my sheet here, okay? So now what I'm doing is I'm just finishing up rolling around these other few in the cocoa powder. I finished up the white ones there. Now, what you're gonna have to do is put these in the refrigerator so that they can set. So I usually make mine the day before the party or an event, and just leave them in the refrigerator overnight. But they need to be in there for a few hours so they can kind of set there. And then when you serve them at an event, you just put them right there at room temperature, and let the people eat. And another thing I also want to say to you, that there are different ingredients that you can put in these rum balls. You can use coconut in them in the place of nuts, or you can reduce the amount of nuts and you can put the coconut in there. You can put slivered almonds in there, any other kind of nuts or little chocolate chips in there, different things that you can put in here, whatever you like to your taste. But this is just my basic way of doing the rum balls, and I've done them some other different ways too, but this works well. So as I have said before, these are no bake. So basically, this is it. There are no raw ingredients in here to cook. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in the refrigerator, and after they sit for a little while, we'll come back later, we'll taste them, and then we'll go on about our business. And I hope you all decide to do this and put it on your Christmas table, because it is a great thing to have on that table. So I'll see you all back in just a second. Okay, well, y'all see we got our beautiful Khalua Rum Balls all put together here and in record time. And you can see just how easy they were to put together. No baking involved at all, just the ingredients, rolling them together and rolling them in a little white sugar. Now, I also want to impress with you that the ingredients can be changed out in many different ways. Use your favorite nut in here. If pecans just don't happen to be your favorite, change them with peanuts. You can use Brazil nuts. You can use almonds, and then you can change what you roll them in. I chose to roll mine in confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. You can roll them in coconut, is a very good choice. Or you can take your some of your cookies and grind them up even smaller to their very almost fine, and you can roll these in the sugar. So just explore different ideas with them. And right now, I'm gonna go and explore eating on them just a little bit, y'all. Okay? And I'm like this. Once I get started eating something like this, it's so hard to stop, but I'm going to have to stop. And I just want to say to you all, happy holidays to all of you. Be safe, and I wish you nothing but the best as you spend time with your families in whatever way that may be. Just enjoy yourselves. Enjoy this holiday season and be safe. And y'all know I'm going to see you next time.